welcome back. So today I have a first impressions video for you on a new foundation, and it is on the Hourglass foundations. I am super excited to try these out. I have yet to put these on my face. So if you would like to see my first impression of these, then just keep watching. Alright, so to start off, I am going to read about the foundation from the Hourglass website. It says, it is a revolutionary foundation stick with the coverage of a concealer, the fluidity of a liquid, and the weightlessness of a powder in a long-wearing waterproof formula for undetectable full coverage. The unprecedented concentration of pigment in this foundation provides maximum coverage with minimum product, concealing all discoloration and imperfections for flawless skin with a seamless finish. So this retails for $46. I do have it in two shades, which I think I'm going to have to mix together. I have the shade Warm Almond and Golden. So Warm Almond is kind of like super dark. I don't know if you can really see it. So it's kind of too dark for my... So this one is a little bit too dark for my complexion, and then we have the second one that is golden, and it looks like this. This one is definitely closer to my skin tone. I don't know if it's going to be perfect or not. We might have to add some darkness in, but we shall see. Alright, so before I do anything, I am going to apply a primer just because I always apply a primer no matter where I'm going or what I'm doing. I always prime my skin. So this one I'm just going to be using is my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the pore minimizing one, and I am just going to apply this all over my areas that I have the biggest pores, so usually in this T-zone area, and I'm just going to blend it in with my fingers. Alright, so it is 94 degrees here today, and we do not have our air conditioning on, so if I'm getting a little sweaty, don't judge me, it's hot, and all of these lights are making it even hotter. So we're just gonna get right into the application. So I do have the brush that they say to use with the foundation. I am going to be doing half of my face with a brush and then half of it with a beauty blender, just so we can show the comparison, and I'll let you know like if you actually need to buy this brush or not. So we're going to start off with the color Golden. I think this one's going to be as close to my skin tone as possible, and if I need to add a little bit of the dark one, I will. So I'm just going to look for a clip and try to clip my hair back. Alright, so to start off, I'm just going to do a few swipes on this side of my face. And let's, oh wow, it's really smooth. It's actually a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. It almost feels like a liquid. Like it is not at all in any way like hard to put on. You know how you have some like cream foundations that like are in like a palette form and it's like really hard and really tough to get any type of pigmentation on? This is not that at all. This went on super smooth. I don't know if I just applied too much because I've never tried it before, but we shall see. And I'm just gonna go in with this brush that they recommend using it with and see how it works. Okay, so it blends in really nicely. Very easy to blend in. I think the color is pretty much right on too, which is awesome. Alright, so I don't think I added too much. I think that was actually a pretty good amount, but I do like full coverage, and this is definitely a full coverage foundation. So I am going to add a little bit on top just to see if it is buildable, and I'm just going to put it on some of the areas that look like they have a little bit less coverage, just to see if it is buildable. Alright, so there is the side with the foundation. I think it looks really good. I really like the finish of it. I don't know if the finish is really pulling up on camera, but it just makes my skin look super smooth. And then you can see this side has all of my discoloration and all that good stuff. Alright, and then I'm going to do the other side with a beauty blender. I don't think it's going to work very well. I feel like it's just going to absorb a lot of the product, but I'm going to do it anyways just to test it out to see. And I'm going to try to put the same amount of product that I put on the other side, just so we can make sure that it looks the same. Gosh, I just love how it applies to the skin. It applies so smooth. It feels like butter rubbing onto your skin. It feels so good. I'm just going to take a beauty blender. This is dampened, and yes, I know it's dirty, but we're just going to kind of pat it out into our skin. Alright, so with the Beauty Blender, I actually almost feel like it applies it heavier, if that is possible. So somehow I feel like I just got a fuller coverage with the Beauty Blender, which like doesn't make any sense because usually the Beauty Blender makes you get like a less amount of coverage, but I feel like it just really glided onto the skin and really patted it into a pretty full coverage, which I know this is a full coverage foundation, so obviously it's going to be full coverage, but I feel like I got a more full coverage with the sponge than I did with the brush, and I actually think I like the finish of it better with a Beauty Blender too. It looks more glowy and more hydrated with the Beauty Blender. Are you guys seeing it? So like this side kind of almost looks more matte, and then this side with the Beauty Blender looks like it's more glowing. I think I like it with the Beauty Blender better. So this brush really did, I mean obviously it did a good job, but I think I liked it with my sponge better. I just feel like it gave a quicker application. It was way quicker to dab it out with the Beauty Blender than it was with the brush. The brush is super smooth, which I love, and it's very soft, but I felt like this application with the sponge just did a better job. So I would say you don't need to get the brush. I mean, if you like to use brushes and not Beauty Blenders, and I say by all means you can go for it, but I think I like the application of this better. So this is supposed to be a long wearing foundation, so obviously I just put it on, so I don't know how long wearing it is going to be, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to check in with you throughout the day, but I am going to apply the rest of my makeup really quickly, and I will let you know how all of my other products applied onto the top of this foundation, so I will be right back. Alright, so I have the rest of my makeup on, and I do have some things to say about the foundation as I was applying my other makeup and having it be so hot here. I have some things to say about it. So first of all, I am, as I said, extremely hot. I have the window open, it's 94 degrees here. I have all these hot lights on me. I'm really hot and I'm sweating. So the only place that I find is a problem is my upper lip. And I don't know if I zoom in if you're gonna really be able to see it, but it's kind of like crackling and kind of getting, it's like kind of going away in patches. So I don't know how this would work with like super oily skin. Also, I applied some cream products on top of this foundation. So I applied this Wander Beauty highlight and kind of contour stick. When I was applying the contour part of it, it kind of was taking off the foundation, but I think that was just because I was so like hot and kind of sweaty on my face, so it wasn't really applying it how I wanted. It was kind of just taking the product off instead of putting this product on. And I've used this product before and I know it works wonders, so I think it was the foundation and the sweatiness of my face that kind of didn't want this to work. Also, when I was doing my highlight, which is also a Wander Beauty product, it just looks like this. This one worked really well. So I just kind of went like this all over the tops of my cheekbones, and it didn't really disturb any of the foundation underneath, which was good. So since I don't really get sweaty up on this part of my face, I think that's why I didn't have a problem with this. But since I contoured up here and my forehead was on the sweatier side, it was coming off as I was putting it on. Other than those places, everything else applied really seamlessly and really amazing. The bronzer applied really nicely on top. My powder bronzer, my powders applied really nicely. I even put concealer under my eyes and I baked that as well, which also once again applied super nicely. And I really, really love, I still love the finish of the foundation. So I don't have anything on here. I have just set it with powder, but I really like how it looks and the effect that it gives. It's very radiant and hydrating, but it's really good. I'm really, really loving it. It is a pretty high coverage foundation because I feel like it really covered everything. I don't really have any pimples or acne or anything right now, but I do have discoloration and like a sunburn, so I think it did a really great job of covering that. Overall, I really, really am enjoying this foundation. I am actually not going to check in with you later on today just because I don't know when I'm going to be back and if I'm going to be able to film when I get back, but I will make sure to leave in the description box when I took my foundation off and how it looked, and I will let you guys know from there. But as of right now, I really, really like this foundation. I don't know how it would work with oily skin since I do have quite dry skin. So if you have oily skin and you have tried this foundation, let me know how well it worked for you. I am really, really enjoying it and I can't wait to see how it wore throughout the day. So thank you so much for watching. I love all of you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!